Hey guys, it's Marty and welcome to Two Line Slot Cars. This week is maybe part one of a part 2 or 3 series. I'm going to try to make these videos a little shorter for you guys. But we're going to work on the NSR Hypercar. We're going to start painting this thing. Let's get into it. So yeah, it's the World Cup has been occupying a lot of my time. I haven't been able to get between that and the wife's surgery. Haven't been able to get down in the slot car room very much, except for Tuesdays. I make it down here for the live stream. But I've been working on this, and I need to get paint on it. But in the live stream the other night, we talked about, should I glue all these little extra pieces? I'm going to switch cameras so you can see what I'm talking about a little closer. Yeah, so here's the body, right? And I've got all these little pieces, like for the wing, and I've got them all primed. And I'm curious to know if I should go ahead and glue them on. And so I think that's what I'm going to do, since I know that where these pieces are going, I'm going to have to, I'm going to do a fade. And it's a 3-color fade. It's white, yellow, and red. Do a Shell livery on this car. And so that's the plan. But this car has a lot of little pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these glued on. And so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to use some of the thick Extreme Power. I really like this glue. It sets up pretty quick. Pretty easy to work with. But it's not too fast. That makes sense. And we've got a bunch of parts to glue on, so let's jump in and get some glued on. Those down. Now there's a bunch of little tiny pieces. I don't know if you guys are close enough to really see. Let me move the keyboard so I can get a little closer. Yeah, there's all kinds of things that connect. Now this connects here, here, and here. Looking good. So I think I've got everything glued on that's supposed to be glued on. That will need to be painted. So now, let's maybe mix up some paint and go over to the paint station and start laying down some paint. We'll put some of the white paint here. I'm going to paint the white first. Okay, looks like we're getting a nice spray. And I want to spray. There we go. Kind of want to spray the whole thing. Because I want that color to pop, right? I'm going to flash that a little bit. Wow, I've got some wrinkle. It's not perfect. I might be putting a little too much paint on, maybe. I don't know. Let me check the air pressure. I'm shooting about 20 pounds. Yeah, I'm getting quite a bit. So let's I'll let that flash for a few minutes, and hopefully the air compressor wasn't too loud for everybody. So my plan is to white front, and then about here have a yellow band, and then fade into the red, and then the rear of the car be, I think we're done with white. Clean the brush, and then we will let that dry for a bit, and then come back and hit it with the next step, which would be yellow. Okay, now we're gonna start laying down the yellow. And if I look at the picture of the car, if I look at from about here back to here is yellow. So I think I want to start the fade from white to yellow here and take it about here, and we'll see how this turns out. Okay, we have some yellow coming out. Okay, I like it. So now let's start. I know I want yellow here, and then we'll go to about there. I'm liking that. I like that white right there. I got some overspray. That's tough. It's because I was spraying that direction. Okay. I may have to hit that. So let's flash dry that a little bit, so we can go a little thicker. I think these need to be yellow too. Okay, so that's looking good right there. Okay, I'm kind of liking that fade. That's looking pretty good. So now I need to match it on the other side. That's looking pretty good there too. Okay. Okay, I like how that's fading. There you go. Let's hit these again. The next color will be red. And I think that I've got quite a few pieces to paint red. Let's clean this brush and we'll come back and hopefully the red will be ready to shoot. Okay, now we're ready to attempt the red. This is where I'm a little nervous because this is where I could kind of mess everything up if I'm not careful. I do have a couple other things to paint red. Okay, we got some red paint flowing. And then now it's time to shoot. Oh yeah, that's looking good. So we'll let that flash. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, come on. Look at that fade. That looks really good. Got a little splatter there. So let's make sure we flash dry that. Oh, wow. That is looking fine. I could probably go a little wider with the red. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, that's looking really, really good. I'm liking it. And it's really a transition from there's not a lot of orange, which is what I wanted the orange to be, very slight, because there's no orange in the shell, right? Okay, I'm going to stop right there. That looks really, really good. I am super, super stoked about that. So now I'm going to hit these mirrors again, another coat, and I think they will be good to go. All right, I'm going to clean the brushes up and we're going to call it an evening. This will be the end of part 1. So I'll be right back to wrap it up. Okay, guys, here is the base coat for the Hypercar. And it is a orange or a white to yellow to red fade. And I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. And I'm going to put some Shell logos on it, and it's going to be like the current Shell Hypercar. as close as I can. I can't do color, or I can't do decals with white. So I'm going to do my best. But yeah, it's like the Shell Helix. But I'm loving the fade. It's looking pretty good. And so in the next video, we'll clear coat, do some decals, and then at some point we'll get this thing on the track. So learning, getting better at airbrushing. There's a couple mistakes on this I can see, but all in all, not too bad. I'm not going to complain. So guys, if you like this kind of content, you want to learn more about airbrushing your slot cars, don't watch my channel. But if you want to talk slot cars, you want to hang out, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell so you get notified anytime I put out new content. Yeah, the NSR Hypercar, I think this is going to look good when I'm done. So thanks for tuning in this week, and go have some fun racing.